broadcasting from somewhere in the freedom state of Florida, bringing the real to Realsville, bringing the truth into the light. Welcome, the Polish Pontificator.
I was listening to Tim Pool, of all people, talk about the problems of mass migration, uncontrolled mass migration. So people coming into your country and you have no damn idea who they are. They're just flooding through the borders like we had. And I couldn't believe the basic of this stupid answer he gave. That, well, it's a problem because they're not legal. And it wasn't legal. Well, I'm sitting there listening to this and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. The problem with it is because you don't know who is coming through that border. And to think that whomever is coming through that border is the best and brightest of wherever they came from is idiocy. We know that Venezuela is dumping its prisons. And I have no doubt that other countries, if I was a two-bit tin-horn dictator, I would dump my prisons into the U.S. in a heartbeat. I mean, I would get rid of every troublemaker, every whiner, complainer, every thug, criminal, murderer, rapist, anybody who presented a problem to me, I would dump into the U.S. And of course, that's what was happening. But the other problem that no one talks about is when you have mass migration from the third world, what you end up with is the lowest end of the labor pool. You have barely educated to totally uneducated people piling through your border. You have no skill, low skill people piling through your borders, which means in a country like ours, they have no real means to support themselves. They can go out and find a job, nailing shingles to a roof or cutting grass. But what percentage of their needs does that support? 10%, 15%, if you're lucky, 20%. And if they have a family, it's probably down to 5%. Just think about it. You're bringing in these people at the very end of the labor scale who can earn less than minimum wage. I mean, that's why most of these people, the people who do landscaping, the roofers, that's why they want open borders, because they can get people to work for them for pennies on the dollar. And they have to pay them no benefits. If they decide they don't need them that day, they don't earn a nickel. So when these people need medical care, that comes out of Medicare and or Medicaid, excuse me. And when they need housing, the government provides that. When they need to be fed, the government provides that. When they need clothing, the government provides that. And when the crime rates spike, and they do, and their claim that they have an actual lower crime rate among illegals than we do among American natives is asinine. I mean, you think California really keeps statistics on their criminals as to who's illegal and who isn't? Hell no. Nor does Washington, the state of Washington, nor does Oregon, nor does Illinois, nor does New York or New Jersey or Massachusetts. Hell, the entire Northeast, Pennsylvania, Maryland. I mean, that whole area up there. They are not going to maintain the immigration status of the people they arrest. They're criminals. So when the FBI gets these reports, I mean, there's a giant hole there. It's asinine to believe what we're being told. So anyway, yeah, we get back to the fact that, these people, when they come, they move into your community, the crime rate spikes, yes. And you have problems with education. I mean, they move into your town. Their children don't speak English. They're not even literate in their own language. And so they put an immediate strain on all the school resources. So all that might have previously been dedicated to the children at the higher end, the ones that you want to promote, the ones that are going to actually sustain the country, those resources are gone. And they're all dedicated to the very bottom of the educational food chain. So, that's wonderful. And, of course, the hospitals are filled because they use the hospitals and emergency room as for their Medicare or for their health care. And so you go into a emergency room and it's going to be swamped with illegals. And, the idea that these are a incredible benefit to the country is asinine. But the left will sell you anything. I mean, they will lie so brazenly. I mean, they will tell you the most overt, obvious, stupid lies imaginable. And then if you don't act as if you believe it, well, hell, the only thing that indicates to them is you're a damn racist. You have to believe their lies. So what's the problem with mass migration? Is the burden it puts on this country is mind-boggling. I've heard estimates as much as $150 to $200 billion a year are going into Biden's illegals alone. And I don't even know if that includes the state benefits. So I did notice that Martha's Vineyard, when DeSantis dumped a few illegals into that community, they were ejected overnight. The enlightened, the leftists, the billionaire Bolsheviks, it didn't take them, I don't believe, one day before those people were forcefully removed from their presence so they wouldn't blight the neighborhood. Now, if you're stupid enough to believe that the left is doing this as a consequence of some misplaced benevolence, well, think again. This is an effort, a deliberate effort, to change the demographics of this country. Yeah, I'm talking about the Great Replacement Theory. You know what I love, and it's kind of brilliant, is what the left did. As I said, we're going to institute policies which are deliberately intended to change the demographics, the racial makeup, to be blunt about it, of the country. And we'll label that, and we'll call it the Great Replacement Theory. And then we will tell everyone that if anyone mentions what we're doing, that they're racist. If anyone says we are implementing the Great Replacement Theory, which we are, then we'll just call them racist, and that'll shut them up. Remember, the cry of racism is the club that the left uses to bludgeon you into submission. So anyway, yes, they deliberately wanted to change the racial demographics of the country. And because ultimately, and I've said it a million times, and I'll repeat it again, the glue that holds the left together is white hatred. And in particular, white male hatred. All you have to do is listen to the idiocy, the idiotic poison that comes out of bullshit NBC. And the stench of white hatred, white male hatred. Good God. It drips out of every program that those people put on the air. Good God. So anyway, yeah, it was not done out of some misplaced benevolence. It was done to change the demographics and to really Californiaize the entire country. It was intended to give them one-party control of the country, like California is. I mean, I don't remember, I think it's been over a quarter of a century since California elected a person, a Republican, to a statewide position. There's the people who control the elections in California are the Democrat bureaucracy, the oligarchs of the Democrat Party there, and their billionaire class, which are, again, the best way to describe them is Bolshevik billionaires. Bolshevism for you, and billionaire luxury and lifestyle for me. And that is the way. I think that is really the deal they have with the left. Is let us live our lifestyle as we wish. Let us keep our billions. And whenever you need money, and I mean money in the hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, we'll provide it for you. So we'll give you the money when you need it, when you claim you need it, at least. And you stay out of our pockets and stay off of our backs. I would like to add an addendum to this stroll, rant, whichever. A while back, I was listening to someone interview that human piece of trash, Mayorkas, when asked whether he felt any kind of culpability, any responsibility for the hundreds, maybe thousands of women who've been raped and some murdered in the most gruesome fashion imaginable. He said, in the most dismissive tone you could imagine, it was almost contemptuous, that, no, I don't feel any responsibility. I didn't kill him. And what that reminds me of is someone who walks up to your front door, opens it without your permission, shoves in a murderer/rapist. So when you go up in the morning to your daughter's bedroom and you find her lying across her bed with her throat slit, her face beat in so she's barely recognizable, and she's been raped to boot, and a little creep, a piece of human trash, is sitting in the corner giggling, then yeah, I think I would blame Mayorkas. You're the bastard who opened up the door. You're the bastard who welcomed him into my house, and he murdered my daughter. As far as I'm concerned, he is equally culpable, and he ought to spend a minimum of a 20-year prison term in the worst prisons that we can manage to find for him. Hell, find some prisons where he would be gang raped on a daily basis would be a justifiable punishment. 20 years minimum for each one of these women. That thing is a piece of human trash, Mayorkas.